for my soul. Not the end, just re-inspired. This is me, my life rewired.
Well, it's a great day to have a great day, and it is a great day because look who's joining us, Miss Ashley. How are you doing, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, but I'll get over it. I always do. We have 6 talking points today. So, basically, what we're going to talk about today is dealing with fatigue and how things are first after your brain injury. So, we're going to break down the internal critic, understanding cognitive fatigue, the trap of comparing our former selves to our new selves, breaking that self bullying cycle, radical neurological grace, say that 3 times fast, and faith and identity moving forward. So, Ashley, we're going to start with you. We're going to talk about the internal critic.
So, we all have that voice inside of our head judging us. And after an injury, trauma, or life changes, that voice gets louder. I know that's definitely been the case with me since my concussion. We start believe that we are failing instead of recognizing that we're actually healing. It's important to note that fatigue affects ability, not worth. For example, you wake up tired and immediately think, I'm already behind today, or as I like to say, well, I guess I don't have all 12 spoons today. You forget a word mid conversation and start thinking, what's wrong with me? You cancel plans because you're exhausted and feel guilty all day. That's another big one of mine. And you compare your current effort to how easy things used to feel. So before, trauma or injury, effort and results are matched, but now it takes a lot more effort, and results seem smaller, and my brain mislabels that as a failure. However, it's important to note that your brain is healing and not betraying you.
And that guilt is so real. I think we all feel it, no matter how far along we are in our journey. So let's break down understanding cognitive fatigue. So cognitive fatigue is invisible, but it's so real. You look fine while your brain is working 2 times as hard just to keep up. You're pushing harder. It doesn't always mean that you're improving. Sometimes it can cause setbacks. And this isn't laziness, that's neurology. And some good examples of that would be like you would attend a 1 hour gathering and you need rest the rest of the day to recover. That's huge. Every time I go to an outing, you have to realize that when you're in a big crowd, all these little things going on around you is taking up energy from you because you're paying attention to this conversation, someone's in the background clanging spoons. All of that is draining your battery. Grocery shopping, oh my gosh, that is a huge one. It feels like running
Yes.
a marathon.
I get my groceries delivered unless I have to run in for one or two things, I'm okay, but otherwise, forget it.
And a great tip, if you're able to, is to go early in the morning when everybody's still in bed asleep. I know it, you got to wake up early. It's a whole ordeal to do that. But trust me when I tell you that when you're shopping in a store that's got 2 or 3 people in it versus crowds of people around you, it makes a total difference.
Hmm.
Loud events, multitasking suddenly overwhelms you. I know if I went to church or to a concert and I'm trying to read a text or have a conversation with someone sitting next to me while something else is going on, forget about it. And then concentration. You feel foggy and emotionally or irritable. That's a huge one for me. I'm always irritable. And that's because my battery, when I wake up, I'm already at half a charge. So it's like you're still working, but you run out of energy faster. People see the outside energy, but they don't see the internal effort that's going on to put that energy out there to you.
Our third point is the trap of comparing to our former self. Many people, including myself, grieve who they used to be. Old expectations, things we used to be able to do, definitely do not match what our current capacity is. The gap between what you could do then versus what you could do now definitely creates a lot of shame because, as we said previously, we are our own worst critic. You got to remind yourself that you're not failing at life. Your life just changed. For example, you remember working full days, exercising, socializing all in one day.
Mm-hmm.
You're not may not be able to do that anymore, and you know what? That's totally okay. You used to think you could handle everything and you wonder why you can't. Um, Friends still expect the old you to show up, but just as
Mm-hmm.
everybody, goes through life changes, so do we. You should measure progress against who you were instead of who you are today. Can't be doing that. You're not the same person. Give
Right.
yourself some grace, and we'll definitely talk about that a little bit later. Um, you might feel that you're weaker, but that's not the case. Your life changed and your brain is adapting to a new operating system. Your life is, and your brain has definitely been rewired. Healing begins when comparison ends because otherwise you're just getting stuck in that shame cycle.
Exactly. We all do it, but we can't. I mean, we are not who we used to be. And I used that example yesterday with a coworker. I said, a brain injury is like a computer because you get froze up and you have to reboot. Now, what's the reboot mean? On a computer, you just press a button and you wait for everything to reload. Our reboot is you got to go lay down and take a nap, get away from the distractions so that you're not continuously running all those operating systems that are stuck going in the background. The next thing that we're going to talk about is self bullying. Anybody that says they don't do this, you're kidding yourself because we all do it. Fatigue, frustration, self criticism equals more exhaustion. We speak to ourselves harsher than we would to anybody else. Ashley, I guarantee you do this.
Hmm. Absolutely. And it is emotionally exhausting.
Mm-hmm. Healing starts when we stop attacking ourselves. You cannot heal in an environment that is full of self hate. Some examples of that would be you spend, the whole time feeling guilty, just like we were talking about earlier. And you make a small mistake and you replay it over and over all day. And if you're like me, it's not just all day, it's all week until you forget you made the mistake. You tell yourself things that you would never say to a friend or even a coworker or a family member. Fatigue makes you frustrated. Frustration drains your energy faster. And a good example of that would be if your best friend was recovering, you'd say, take it easy. But then you say to yourself, push harder. You can't push harder. Healing starts when the kindness is replaced, when you replace kindness with criticism. Or I'm saying that backwards. See
You
how the brain.
replace criticism with kindness.
Right.
And I think
So,
we find that the way we used to be able to push ourselves, we just can't push ourselves anymore. So we have like a newer amount of push, I guess, for lack
mhm,
of better term, that we can do. So make sure you don't overexert yourself. You just, meet that goal. And then if you build a tolerance, then maybe you could push yourself a tiny bit farther, but you got to do it in baby steps, not
right.
giant leaps.
Exactly.
Radical neurological grace. So, grace means adjusting expectations without giving up hope. Also means being kind to yourself.
Hmm.
Uh, Rest is definitely a responsibility, not a weakness. So, I know some people out there have to take naps every day, or
Yeah.
some people need 12 hours sleep a night, or somebody you might need to take a nap maybe once or twice a week. And you know what? That's totally okay because it's when you're asleep that your brain is healing. Um,
Absolutely.
Progress looks different now, and that's totally okay. So give yourself the same grace you would give to others. If you knew someone that had a brain injury and they were sharing maybe some of their frustrations with you, you wouldn't be telling them, oh, you're lazy, you're
Mhm.
weak, you look just fine. No, you
Push
wouldn't. Think
harder.
about right. Think about what advice you would give to somebody else that was looking, you know, discouraged and sounding frustrated with themselves. You would want to build them up, not tear them down. So you got to do the
Right.
same thing with yourself. So make sure you schedule rest before the exhaustion hits. Look for those triggers that you're getting exhausted. Do one important task instead of 10 overwhelming ones.
Hmm.
Celebrate small wins like making a phone call or finishing laundry. Speaking of laundry, that's what I'm doing today. Accepting that recovery includes slow days. Just like we all have good and bad days, it's the same with recovery. No
Hmm.
day is the same, and that's totally okay.
Yeah.
Rest is not giving up, it's strategic healing. Again, circling back to our brains are healing when we're resting. So look at it that way. You're contributing to the healing process by allowing yourself to rest.
Hmm.
Progress now is measured by sustainability and not speed. Very, very important.
Absolutely. Just to kind of piggyback on what you just said, just like making phone calls or doing laundry, that sounds so absurd to somebody that doesn't have a brain injury, but you don't realize how much cognitive energy it takes to do those simple tasks. I explained it to somebody one time like, you go to the coffee pot and you make a pot of coffee. How simple is that? For me, it was very simple. Now, post concussion, Rob, uh, I go to the coffee pot and I have to do this whole dialogue in my head. I have to, okay, let's lift this up and get rid of the old pod. Let's open this up and grab another pod and stick it in the thing. It's this whole inner dialogue that's going on. And if you get distracted, forget about it. Your whole aura is like, what do I do now? You don't see those little things that's going on behind the scenes. It's like I said earlier, like the computer, all these programs are running in the background. You don't see those.
Hmm.
So that brings us to our last point, faith and identity moving forward. Your value was never based on productivity. Your purpose survives limitations, and faith helps you transform loss into growth. You're not the old person you once were. You're a rewired version with new strength. And here's some good examples of that. You may no longer do what you once did, but you do now encourage others. You encourage others to have awareness, like the shirt that I'm wearing. Um, that brings so much of community together so people realize, okay, there is a problem, and I need to be more sympathetic, more empathetic towards people. Your struggles allows you to understand pain in ways you never could before. Before you woke up with a headache and your whole day's ruined. For me, I live with a headache every single day. That's my norm.
Right.
So people now, even now, I get calls all the time. My head's killing me today. I don't know how you do this every day. Well, it's because that's my baseline. That's you've adapted to that.
Mm.
So that bridges some of that awareness that I'm talking about. And your story becomes someone else's survival guide, just like the book I wrote. I didn't write it so I could be a best-selling author. I wrote it so anybody that's got a brain injury or survived traumas, they have a book that they can refer to that says, "Oh, I'm not stupid. I'm not losing my mind. These are normal things that I'm going through." Strength now looks more like wisdom, empathy, and faith. It's not productivity. And not to turn this into a religious thing, but if you are someone of faith that likes to go to church or synagogue or whatever religions are out there, sometimes God doesn't restore the old life. He builds a deeper one through struggle. You're not the person that you were. You're becoming someone stronger and more meaningful.
Very nice.
It's always good to have faith in something. Even if you're not a believer in Christ, it's good to have faith. Faith that things are going to get better, that there are brighter days ahead. And that's why Ashley and I are doing what we're doing, so people know there are brighter days ahead.
And
It's not
have
that
faith in yourself too.
right, right. And it's not that Ashley and I have it all figured out and we know exactly what we're doing. We've lived it, and we want to instore purpose and wisdom to people so they know there are brighter days ahead.
I think for me, it's definitely giving people the guidance I didn't have back
Yeah,
when I was initially going through my concussion and trying to navigate, life in the post concussion world. Because if they couldn't find anything neurological or psychological, they have no solutions for you other than you have to figure it out on your own. So Definitely took a lot of soul searching and trial and error to do that, but
Hmm.
managing to stay afloat.
Yep. Hey, we have a couple of minutes left. Let's talk about real quick the shirt that I'm wearing, the brain injury awareness shirt. We did a
Fundraiser.
collaboration, yeah, fundraiser collaboration, whatever you want to call it. We did this with Toro and Tides back in March, and we raised. Ashley, do you remember the total I told you?
$430.
Hey, thank you so much to the people at Toro and Tides. We could have done this without you. So every whoa, extreme close up. I got a new camera. Can you tell?
I was wondering what was happening.
Yeah, the thing will follow me around the room. But and apparently it does hand gestures. So if I do the L like a loser sign, that it does a close up. So sorry about that, guys.
Try that. I want to see it. Oh my goodness, that's too
Now is it not
funny.
going to work again? Hope you guys are enjoying a close up of my nose hairs.
Oh, I'll
Ta-da!
text Sheila. Anyway, go ahead. $430. Thank you,
Yes,
Toro Tides.
yes. Thank you so much, Toro and Tides. We are, and I'll put a QR code, but also look in the link below. I'll put a link there as well to the donation site for the Brain Injury Association of America. Sorry, my brain is glitching. I've had a very rough couple of days. But yeah, if you make a donation to the Brain Injury Association of America, every dollar, not just half of a dollar, not just 5%, every penny that you donate doesn't go to Rob and Ashley. It goes directly to the Brain Injury Association of America. That helps people get uh, research, helps people with. Ashley helped me because I'm. This is drawing a blank.
Resources,
Yes.
any equipment they might need in terms of, navigating, post, brain injury life,
Hmm.
um, research grants, I think you already mentioned,
Yeah,
um, educating, prevention.
and I think if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, I apologize, Brain Injury Association. I think they help with caregivers too. So
That is important.
yes, very important. So yeah, click on the QR code, or I mean, not click on it. You don't click on QR codes, do you? You just scan them,
Scan the
right?
QR code.
Scan the QR codes, or if you're watching this on your phone, you can't scan it. The links below. So I'm gonna throw it over to Ashley so she can send us home.
So we are at, last time I checked, which was 2 days ago, 932 subscribers. Woohoo! Thank you so much.
Hmm.
I would love to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark.
Oh yeah,
So if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Feel free to share our channel with everyone you know and encourage them to subscribe because we would love to hit 1,000 subscribers.
and actually, it's gone up even since you looked.
Yay! 938.
And you know
Yes.
what the funny thing is? I hate addressing negative comments, but I'm going to address a negative comment real quick.
Okay.
Um, somebody was attacking me for the shorts that I put out, and I do those to encourage people because who doesn't need some encouragement? If you can make someone's day just a little bit brighter, why not? That's my goal. And this person said I'm a load of crap and da 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 da. Didn't know what I was talking about, and a very nice person, and I feel like I should know who this person is, but I'm not going to give the screen name because I didn't ask the permission to do so. But they they basically defended me, and thank you so much for defending me. I appreciate that. And uh, every time he's made a comment, 5, 8 more people subscribe. So keep making those negative comments. I don't care. I'm going to keep doing what I keep doing.
Is it the same person you told me about?
I don't think so. I think this is a new hater. So obviously he's
Okay.
watching.
Well, I'm sorry that you think it's a load of crap.
Yeah,
Boo hoo. Freedom of speech.
right. And maybe this person maybe doesn't even have a brain injury or understands what it feels like to have a brain injury. And if they do have a brain injury, then I really don't understand why they're attacking someone that's trying to encourage others.
Well, if you think it's a load of crap, why are you bothering watching then?
That's
Just
what I.
move on and find something that you find helpful and give that person positive feedback. But yeah,
Right.
we have enough negative Nellies, bitter Bettys in this world. Let's,
Yeah.
try to be positive. Or if you do have feedback for someone, at least make it constructive.
Yeah. And if there's things that you want to see, we're all for that.
Mhm.
That's what we're here for. We want to be a resource for survivors and caregivers.
Mhm.
But also, if there's something that we can do to make you guys happier and make your day brighter, we're all for that.
Mhm.
I'm not going to shave my head, so don't nobody comment that because that ain't happening.
For the right amount of money to the Brain Injury Association of America, I will shave my head.
Okay, I'll tell you what. This is not going to happen. I promise you this. But if if we can get 10,000 subscribers, actually translate for me, please.
1,000,
No, 10,000.
10,000.
Yeah. If we get that many subscribers, let's be realistic. I don't want this to be 6 years from now we hit that many people and they're like,
Remember
oh,
that promise you
remember
made
that
six
promise
years
you
ago
made?
to
Yeah.
shave your head?
So as of this recording, today is April 1/8. So let's
18.
say 2 months. So June 1/8. So if we get,
10,000 subscribers by June 18th.
we will both shave our heads.
I was also going to say, or if someone makes a $10,000 donation to the Brain Injury Association
Yeah,
of
if
America,
they
I
do
will shave
that,
my head, but it has to be made by June 18th. And I need the
yes,
receipt.
exactly. I
You
want it.
can't just
I
say,
want.
oh, Ashley, I made the donation.
Well, they
Go
make the
shave your head.
donation, we'll know about it because they'll do it through that link. So if you make that amount of donation or that many subscribers by June 1/8, we're both gonna shave our heads. I'm really kind of scared saying that because I have a feeling somebody's either going to donate that money or they're going to share this. And I like my hair,
I like it too, but there's always wigs.
but I'm willing to do it for the Brain Injury Association. So yeah. So okay, enough dilly dally. It's been great. It's been fun, but me and Ashley got to run. Hey, I'm a poet and didn't know it.
Oh, boy.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Take care.
This is me, my life rewired.